Time and time again on this show, we've talked about crimes committed by someone in a mental health crisis. A lot of times, this can be compounded or even created by the use of drugs, but sometimes it's just simply someone who is having, and usually has had, some mental issues for a while. For some people, those issues have been diagnosed, while others, they have gone untreated. In today's episode, I'll be talking about a case that was much more than a single crime. It was a full-on spree that lasted for days and created a huge manhunt for the suspect. Welcome back to Music City 911.
Where's the emergency?
Yes, we need an ambulance at the end of the road in Wellington.
What's going on there?
A dirt bike just came down. I don't know what happened. I didn't see it, but someone's hit. Two people are hit really badly.
Okay, was a dirt bike accident?
Do you need an ambulance?
I don't know. I don't really know if it was a car or a dirt bike, but two people are hit really badly. Get here quick, please.
Okay. Send them right out.
Okay, thank you. All the way at the end of the road.
Okay, we'll let them know.
A call was placed to 911 on May 22nd, 2020 at around 9 a.m. in Wellington, Connecticut, a small town in Tolan County. When I say small town, the population was only 5,566 at the last census. Two people down on the ground that may have been hit or somehow involved in something involving a motorcycle. A multi-victim incident isn't something that frequently happens here. More calls were coming in, but these aren't at all the same as what's presumed to have happened in the first call we listened to. And the first call we heard wasn't actually the first call placed. That was someone who just noticed the victims on the ground after the incident occurred.
911, location emergency.
Yeah, we're at Myrtle Road in Wellington. And at the end of the Myrtle Road are two very hurt men. And then they got attacked by a guy on a motorcycle.
Oh.
This is an emergency.
Okay. Do you think they need an ambulance?
Yes. You need two. And there's a guy, the motorcycle kid, went down Myrtle Road and went onto Route 320, and I don't know where he went from there. He's got a colored helmet on.
Okay.
It's
all right.
really bad.
All right, stay in line. I'm going to let you talk to the police. You can let them know about the description of the bike.
Okay. It's awful. I don't understand what happened.
State Police 911, location of your emergency. Yep. What's going on?
MIRTO. And at the very end of Myrtle Road are two hurt men.
Okay.
There's a kid on a motorcycle.
Yep.
And he's probably on Route 320 now. I don't know where he went from there. He had a colored helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
And he attacked two men down the end of the road, and they're very hurt.
Okay. We have that now, and we have units en route.
Okay. I'm calling from a landline. Can I give you my cell phone number?
Yep, that's fine, sir.
And my name is Phil.
All right, Phil. I have units en route.
Thank you. All right.
This call was quite a bit different than the first. The caller was saying that the two men were beaten by the man on the motorcycle and that they were hurt very badly, both of them needing an ambulance. Not very much of a description was given of the suspect, but he was still on the motorcycle when he left on Route 320. I'm not sure of this, but because of the population in Wellington, there probably weren't a lot of people on motorcycles out riding at 9 a.m. during the middle of COVID. The last call I have from the incident, it's a bit longer, but it's likely to be one of the first, if not the first call to come in, and has a lot more info.
911, location
Seth, get inside. Get inside.
911.
There's somebody beating up my neighbor with a bat.
All right, what town are you in?
We're on Myrtle Road.
I'm going to connect you with the police. Don't hang up.
911, location of your emergency.
Wellington, Connecticut.
Okay, in the emergency?
There's someone beating my neighbor with a bat or something outside his house.
Okay.
And he's threatening me and my family, and now he's about to drive away on a red motorcycle. He's going down Myrtle Road on a red motorcycle.
Okay, so the one that was attacking somebody left on this red motorcycle?
Yeah, he just drove away.
Do we know who this person is?
I have no idea. I just looked out my window and saw him beating one person.
Where's your neighbor?
He's in the road. I'm going to go talk to him. And there's someone else who's lying in the road.
I want to be able to know who's injured, where they are, extent of injuries.
Someone was hit and bleeding profusely in the road. And he was on a ATV. My neighbor's lying in the road.
Yep, stay on the line. See the tunnel line. So I have how many injured people there?
2 injured people. They're both bleeding profusely.
Yeah, I need you to break there. I have a report of injuries to parties that are in the roadway on Myrtle Road in Wellington.
I'm on the line
Sounds
with
like
the
an
cops.
assault that occurred there.
Yeah, they're in really bad shape. Oh no! Oh my God!
Just stay on the
One
phone.
of them is missing a hand.
Stay on the phone, please. Do you have people en route from Myrtle Road? There's supposed to be 2 injured parties there from an assault.
One of them, his hand is all the way off.
Yeah, you said the accuser left. He's saying one of the parties is missing their hand. Now, he thought it was a bat they used, but maybe there's some other instrument. Apparently, they're still in the
maybe a
roadway.
tire iron.
Somebody off of that roadway call to go down there. Thank you.
Oh my God!
I pulled him
I'm
off
on the
and set him
line.
there. Yep.
We need an ambulance.
Yes,
really
sir.
badly.
Sir, I called the medical.
Okay.
Are you in close proximity to where these people are?
Yeah, my other neighbor, I'm right standing next to my other neighbor is helping one of them putting a tourniquet around his arm.
Are they on their way?
Yes. They're both
Now,
really
are they
bad.
both on Myrtle Road, both of them?
Yes, yeah, both at the end of Myrtle Road and bleeding heavily. I'm gonna go grab something.
Okay, can I get your name, sir?
My name's Rob.
Robert?
F-A-H-E-Y, Robert.
Now, the person on the red motorcycle, do we know which direction that person went?
He drove down Myrtle Road. There's only one way out Myrtle Road.
So, would have headed back to 320. Do we know what the person looked like on the motorcycle?
No, he had a helmet on. It's a red and white helmet and a very bright red motorcycle.
Okay, Robert, I'm gonna put you on hold. Okay, stay on the phone though. Okay. Sure. Okay. Robert.
Yes.
Okay, so troopers are en route, and there's an ambulance en route. Can you give me an update on what's going on there?
So me and my neighbors are out in the road helping the two. What's that? Okay. Yeah.
Sir? If you're near that...
Sorry, we're trying to assist them.
Okay, I'm going to connect you with medical so that we can all be together and help each other, okay? Can you stay on the line with me?
Yeah, I can stay on the line.
Okay, very good.
Wrap it up here.
Yeah, that'll help at least. Down lower.
(911), where's the emergency?
Yep, CN, this is the people on Myrtle Road. Can you assist them? They're trying to help the people that are in the roadway. Robert, can you talk to the medical people?
Yep. Yeah, I can.
Go ahead.
Hi, what's going on?
Phil.
The call disconnects there. State police, as well as medics, are dispatched to the scene, and after arriving, they find exactly what's been described. 2 men down in the road, both bleeding heavily, and one missing a hand. 62-year-old Ted Demers was lifeless. He had extensive injuries to his head, torso, and his extremities. He was quickly loaded into the back of an ambulance, where he was rushed toward the hospital with paramedics performing CPR on him. He was declared deceased on the way there. The other victim, an 86-year-old man, was airlifted to a hospital where, miraculously, he survived. Police started canvassing the area looking for any clues or the weapon used, which was initially thought to be a bat. But a bat wasn't consistent with the injuries on the victims, though. A short distance away from where the attack went down, a bloody samurai sword was found discarded in a wooded area. It was along the path the suspect had left. Once police started questioning family members of the victims as well as neighbors, more info was pieced together. It's believed that the suspect on the motorcycle was approached by one of the victims who saw him walking. He said he crashed the bike at the end of the road. The victim, who was on an ATV, offered him a ride back to the motorcycle. When they got there, the suspect produced the sword and started slashing. The 86-year-old victim saw what was happening and tried to intervene to stop it, where he too was violently attacked. More neighbors were questioned, and one of them, an unnamed woman, told police she thought she knew who the suspect was. She had been either involved with or in a friendship type relationship with a man in his early 20s that matched the description of the suspect. She began to get wary of the relationship when he began stalking her and hacked into her social media accounts. The man was Peter Manfredonia, a 2015 Newton High School graduate and at the time a senior at the University of Connecticut. After further investigation and putting some other pieces together, the next day a press release was issued. Connecticut State Police were on the lookout for a killer, Peter Manfredonia. State police there in Connecticut had put out to everyone a description as well as a picture of the suspect in the sword attack. Everyone was alerted. Searches were conducted looking for him at multiple locations. For 2 days, though, he was nowhere to be found. The trail was running cold. That was until police just outside of Derby, Connecticut, found something rather peculiar. Close to the entrance of Osborndale State Park, which was approximately 70 miles away from Willington, an abandoned truck was found stuck on some rocks. No one was around the vehicle. Believing the vehicle might have been stolen and could have been stolen by Manfredonia, police went to the registered owner's house to see if he knew where the vehicle was. The vehicle was registered to a 74-year-old man in Willington, Connecticut. When they got there, they found a hole that was poked through the front door. No one was answering, so police decided to make entry to the house, expecting the worst. Body cam of the officer's entrance and of what they found was provided by the Connecticut State Police. The video starts as officers are positioned outside the front door, looking at the hole in it and trying to figure out a way to get inside the locked door.
Size of hole originally. Look at that thing. Maybe we could break this knob and just go in.
We'll just give me it. We'll just go. We're just gonna make this hole bigger. You reach in.
State Police. Anybody in the house?
You two want to go down?
You're upstairs?
He's up there. State Police. Downstairs.
Identify yourself. Come on with your hands up. Come on with your hands up. Put your hands up. Hands up. Who's in here? Who's in? Anybody else in here?
Yeah, the guy you're looking for. That son of a bitch, he made a goddamn entrance in there. I've been here for 2 days.
Okay, where is he?
He took my pickup, he stripped the fucking house, he's gone.
Is he in here?
That guy's a wacko.
Is he in here?
He's not in here.
Turn, where's the light? Where's the light?
Right to your left, officer.
Right here?
No, right in the corner. All the lights are right.
He's not in here?
He's not in.
Where'd he go?
I'm pretty sure.
Clear this area.
Is the pickup gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the white pickup. That son of a bitch.
He's not in here.
Got it. I am so happy to see you guys. How'd you get
here? Are you
here?
okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
If you're in here, put your hands up if you're in here.
Let them know that
Get my back.
that this is a confirmed file 1.
Put your hands up.
Roger.
If you're in here, come out.
Donald. 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 Where's your guns?
What gun?
You have guns in the safe?
No, I got him upstairs. He took my goddamn Beretta, my fucking handgun.
Got handguns.
That son of a bitch.
This is clear.
I don't know what else he took up there.
With a firearm stolen from this residence.
He left about
Advised through 5.
Yeah, he loaded up the pickup. I don't know what he took, but I don't know where he's going, but he's dangerous.
Basement's clear. Basement's clear.
Do you want to fucking knife? Document this?
Yeah, get the
tied up before we cut him loose.
Basement's clear. Excuse me.
You come here, loose officer.
Yep, we're doing
Basement's clear. He's tied up down there. We gotta get the rest of the house just in case he's not here. He's here.
Goodbye, notified.
Clear. Clear. House is clear.
So how'd you get a hold of me? Jesus.
What do we need to do? Let me tell you something, Carnival, bro. Even when guys do this, it's kind of
Yeah, we gotta
cut the zip ties.
Yeah, I tried to get it off with my sword, but all it does was trying to tighten up my damn ankles even more.
So if we can get some tool for him to cut that off, we'll have him cut himself out.
Okay.
That way we don't contaminate it with any further DNA.
I don't have a mask either, sorry. He didn't either, so...
Did you get assaulted, sir? Did he hit you at all? Or
Pardon me?
did you get assaulted at all?
You're not injured, right?
Did he strike you at all? Did he hit you, anything like that? No?
No, he's
Just tied you up?
decent.
Okay.
He put the gun to the back of my head when I was sleeping. He says, don't turn around, I'll blow your fucking head off. I said, oh boy, what a way to wake up in the morning.
What time was that?
It was maybe 5:15.
And that was today?
No, that was Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
I fell asleep in front of the TV.
So where did you get the handgun from? Has he had it?
No, I had it. I sleep with it, especially with this joker running around.
Yep.
But I had it on the other bed. I was in the recliner.
Okay.
So what he did, he was barefoot. He walked around, he grabbed it.
Yep.
And that's what happened there.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I should have had it right there, you know.
So you were sleeping, and all of a sudden, this guy puts a gun in the back of your head. You were down here.
No, I was upstairs.
You were upstairs.
In your bed, or in the recliner?
093. We know which firearms are missing.
As of right now,
So I just talked to Sergeant Langeman.
Yep.
I had to soften this goddamn TV.
Yep.
So he just
I think the remote's over there.
like if this guy don't let him wash his hands, all that.
Well, yeah. He's. We're gonna have him cut himself loose, and then we're backing out of here with him.
Yep.
I almost got there. I heard you banging on the door. I was shouting.
We couldn't hear you.
No shit. Then I heard you on the hatchway. I think over here in the window.
Yep. Do you have snippers or anything?
Oh, if you got something, I don't have anything.
Do you have like a Leatherman or something in here? Some type of. Do you have some of your own type of tools that we could cut you free with?
In the garage, no. All I think I have is scissors. I got dikes on the top of my Sears toolbox.
Okay. Yep.
It's on the right-hand side, the little drawer on the right-hand side on the top.
Okay.
Pair of dikes.
Yep.
Those will do.
Yeah, like tin snips.
Yeah. Well, no, they're wire cutters.
Yeah, wire cutters.
Yeah.
Wire cutters. That's
I call them dikes.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
I am so happy to see you guys.
Well, we're glad.
Yeah, we're happy to see you.
Yeah, we're actually ecstatic to see you standing upright. So
he seemed like a fairly decent guy, but he goes off the handle. You can't trust him. You did capture him. He's under.
No,
he's still on the run.
No, he's still on the run.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he do? Abandon the pickup?
Yeah. Yep. We found your pickup truck in Derby.
Yeah, where was it? On the side of the road?
Some road. You know, I don't know that area, so.
Wow. You snuck the plate that quick, huh?
Well, we came to talk to you, and you know, we do our thing. You know,
how bad's the door up there?
We tried to be. You're gonna have to fix them, but homeowners will cover that, or the state police will cover it.
Go ahead, sir. Step out, please. Thank you.
So,
the good thing is that you're okay. That's all that matters. You're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as tragic as.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
That was like some scary movie type crap. All right. Okay.
After entering the home, police found the owner of the truck down in the basement. He had been zip-tied to a chair and was unable to escape. He told police that around 5 a.m., he woke to a man holding a gun to the back of his head, and the man was shouting to not turn around or he would blow his fucking brains out. He said the suspect then zip-tied his wrist behind his back and then put a piece of duct tape over his eyes and around his head. The victim was then brought to the basement of the house and then duct taped to the chair. He later removed the duct tape from the victim's eyes. The victim was held there by the suspect throughout the day, and at some point, they started talking. The suspect said his name was Rick. Later in the day, the news came on the TV, and they had a picture of the murder suspect. The victim asked if his real name was Peter. He said yes, and the victim asked why he wanted to be called Rick. At that point, he said, just for the hell of it. He was asked if he wanted to talk about the murder, and the suspect said he hadn't slept for 5 days and just flipped. He didn't know why he did it, and he was remorseful. The truck, along with between $1,000 and $1,500 in cash and some guns, were stolen from the house early Sunday morning. Police knew where the suspect was last at, 70 miles away in Derby, where the truck was abandoned. Word started getting passed around to various news sources that the killer, named Peter Manfredonia, was last in Derby, Connecticut. Derby police started searching the area using canine teams to try and either locate Manfredonia or at least get a direction he was traveling on foot. Then, at around 11 o'clock the same day, the Northwest Connecticut Public Safety Communications Center received a 911 call. The call was not released, but in the call, a man was screaming that he needed an ambulance for a man named Nick. He went on to say, "There's a black Volkswagen, and Peter is in the car with Nick's girlfriend. He has her captive." Police quickly responded to a second-floor apartment at 404 Roosevelt Drive and found a man laying face down in a pool of blood in the bedroom. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The caller was interviewed as to how he found the victim. He stated that he knew that Peter and Nick were friends. They went to school together, and that the truck was found relatively close to Nick's apartment. He began frantically calling and texting Nick as well as his girlfriend, but neither answered. He said he knew the phones were on because they would ring for a while and then went to voicemail. He then drove to the apartment and noticed the girlfriend's 2016 Volkswagen wasn't there. He then went upstairs where he found the front door closed but unlocked. He walked inside and noticed the apartment was trashed. That's when he entered the bedroom and found Nick. A knife was discovered, but it was later found out that the victim had been shot in the head. Police started looking around the area and found security cameras on a nearby business that were pointed at the apartment. The footage was reviewed, and Nick's girlfriend is seen getting into the driver's seat of her black Volkswagen, with Peter getting in the back seat directly behind her. They then drove off. A joint effort was then launched between state police, the Derby City Police, FBI, and neighboring state police agencies to find that black Volkswagen. License plate readers in the state of New York recorded the vehicle traveling west into New Jersey. Then, amazingly, New Jersey State Police received a 911 call from a random man stating that Nick's girlfriend had been found and was currently with him. They were at a truck stop in New Jersey. The original call was nearly 14 and a half minutes long. I don't have the full call, but I have a little over 10 minutes of the call, which both the Good Samaritan that originally called as well as Nick's girlfriend, they both get on the phone explaining what had happened.
Hello?
Hi, Kyle?
Yeah, this is Kyle, yep.
Okay, so you picked up the gentleman or no?
No, the gentleman pulled into the truck stop and said he needed an Uber.
Okay.
And offered me money to call him an Uber, said he needed to get to work. So I called him an Uber.
Okay.
He just got into the Uber, but he's armed. And I want to make
sure. What kind of weapon does he have?
He has a little pistol. He fired 3 rounds into my boyfriend this morning.
Okay. So, all right, he got into a Chevy Impala. Look at your Uber account and tell me what the plate is on that vehicle.
Yeah, well, I'm really concerned about the Uber driver.
Okay, so give me the info. All right, put me on speaker. Look at your Uber account right now and get me that information.
Yes, KXY3216.
Okay. Pennsylvania?
It doesn't say what. I would assume that's Pennsylvania. It doesn't sound like New Jersey.
Okay, and it's a what colored Chevy Impala?
Black Chevy Impala. The driver's name is Reginald.
Okay. What's the boyfriend's name? Or what's what's the
guy who's running away?
Yes, what's his name?
His name is Peter Manfredonia. He's wanted in Connecticut for
spell his last name for me.
MAN as in Nancy, FRED as in dog, ONIA. Trust me, just Google him and you'll know exactly who it is.
It's fine. What's the first name again?
Peter.
Okay. Do you know his date of birth or no?
2/2/1997. I learned that from the Connecticut State Police Post.
Okay. And how do you know him?
He showed up at my house this morning and shot my boyfriend.
Okay, but how do you know him?
Her friends went to elementary school. They went to Newtown together in Connecticut. We're from Connecticut. He put a gun to my head and made me drive him here.
Okay. And what kind of vehicle are you in?
We're in a blue Volkswagen EOS. We're at the Brook Hollow Winery in Knowlton.
Okay, a blue Volkswagen. Okay.
EOS.
Okay, and how the two of you know each other?
She's the one who called the Uber for the guy who
I know, but you don't know each other.
Listen. No, she pulled up and this guy just wanted an Uber.
Okay.
So during this whole thing going on.
I'm asking directed questions. I will listen to everything you say, but do you know what address that he gave the Uber driver?
Yes. Starbucks. The Starbucks on Hamilton Street in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Does he know someone there?
No. He's on the run. He has mental health issues. He snapped. And he murdered someone.
All right.
Then he murdered again.
Okay, just hold on 1 second for me. Do not hang up.
Yeah. I'm on.
All right, just.
An old guy. Yeah. Can you send someone here?
They are. They're on the way. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. I'm so sorry you have to deal with this. That's okay. I knew something was wrong here. This is killer money, obviously. God damn it. I know. I'm so sorry. He has some old man trapped in a basement, and the only reason he left is because the guy's neighbors showed up, and then they called, and they were like, we're coming to hang out with you tomorrow. I'm so sorry. And he packed up the guy's truck with everything he would need, and he left, and then he crashed the truck, and then he walked to my apartment. I'm so sorry. can't even cry. I'm just like, I know, frozen. I know. I have to pee so bad. All right, do you want to go in and ask him? I can come in with you. Yeah, here's a mask. Do you want a mask? They probably won't let me. I'll go in with you, okay? I gave him both of mine. I'm just going to give this to the cops. Did he give you money, too? All right, we're going to give that all to the cops, okay? Yeah.
Alright, I'm back. Go ahead and speak.
Hello?
Yes.
Here, just go in and just tell him. I don't know if she just needs to use the bathroom.
That's fine.
I'm just waiting outside the winery.
Okay. Kyle, what's your last name?
Walker. I live at.
Okay, so you just happened to just drive into the TA and come up upon this.
Okay, so I was doing Instacart shopping, and then I pulled into the TA just waiting to see if I would get a ride. He pulled up asking for an Uber. I was trying to be a good guy and called one.
That's fine. That's fine. You didn't do anything wrong. Just give me 1 second. I just want to let as many people know about the incident as possible to try and get this vehicle stopped.
Yeah, I'm really scared that he's going to do something bad to the guy, but I didn't know what. I couldn't call the cops right there because I figured he had a gun on him or something.
It's not us, and I doubt any of the local police departments would call like that.
God damn it.
It's all right. You're doing the right thing. You're doing good. State police. You giving it out?
Miss?
Hold on 1 second.
Miss?
Yeah.
The Uber trip just ended, which it shouldn't have ended already, so I'm really concerned.
He what?
About that.
What did he do?
The Uber trip, it ended. The trip ended. So
where did it end?
I don't know. It just says, thank you for riding. I'm scared that he did something to the guy.
Okay. Is there a way that you can contact Uber?
Yeah, but I don't want to call the guy because he's in the car with him.
Okay.
Okay, here's where it ended. I can tell you where it ended.
Go ahead.
355 Lincoln Ave, East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
Lincoln Avenue?
Yes. Ended the ride.
You did?
Yeah. Not good.
Means when he got in, he made the guy.
I'm sure he might have got the guy. Hopefully had the guy drop him off some.
Yeah, it sounds like that's what happened. All right, you just
hopefully he dropped him off and he did do something to the guy.
We're gonna send somebody over there.
To Lincoln? To Stroudsburg?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, we're gonna send somebody over there. We're gonna send somebody to you, but then we're also gonna send somebody to East Stroudsburg.
I'm sure that. Okay,
Is her vehicle, the vehicle that she was driving, is that
It's at TA. It's at the TA.
Okay.
If you need to fingerprint it, it's all yours.
All right. Don't tell her don't go back in there. Is she okay?
Yeah,
is she injured? Does she need an ambulance?
Are you injured? Do you need an ambulance?
I was calling my mom.
She wants to call her mom.
Can you please make sure the police go to my apartment and check on my boyfriend?
She wants the police to go to her apartment in Connecticut.
What's the address?
In Derby, Connecticut.
Okay. And he already, okay. Did you not contact anybody yet?
He took my phone. I didn't have a phone all day.
Okay.
My phone is at my apartment.
What?
I remember my boyfriend woke me up because they were fighting.
Stroudsburg, it's in there. But hold on 1 second. The Uber canceled at that address I just put in there in East Stroudsburg. What is he wearing? What's Peter wearing?
He's wearing my maroon Carhartt beanie. He has a mask with like a weird nipple thing on the front that makes air smell good. He has a gray and black Adidas hoodie. He has my boyfriend's flannel pajama pants.
All right, hold on. I gotta write this down. It's a maroon Carhartt beanie, a mask with a nipple on it.
Yeah.
Okay. What else is he wearing?
A gray and black Adidas hoodie.
Okay.
Blue and black checkered pajama pants. And red shoes.
Okay.
How's that for this? And he's also carrying a big black duffel bag that says cookies across it that he stole from my apartment. He filled it with like a blanket from my car. He took an old iPhone I had in my car. It's been reported lost because I lost it, so it doesn't have any cell service, but he does have access to a phone if he connects to Wi-Fi, and he is on my iCloud.
Okay. All right. But okay, so when you left the address in Derby, Connecticut, no one knows that your boyfriend's been shot, right?
I really hope my downstairs neighbor reacted to 3 gunshots, but if he didn't, then no.
Okay.
And the door's open. It's unlocked.
Okay. All right. We'll get someone over there. So it's the upstairs apartment?
He's in the bedroom. He's in the front bedroom.
Okay, front bedroom.
On the floor in front of the dresser.
All right. We're gonna get help over to him too. Okay. Just stay on the phone with me. I have troopers coming out to you. I have troopers looking for him and the vehicle and all of that as well. So just give me 1 second, okay? Don't hang up.
Okay. Oh my God, this isn't happening. This isn't happening. This is happening. No, you have nothing to be sorry for. I was sitting here apologizing to this kid the entire drive. I'm from Connecticut. He put a gun to my head and he made me drive, and he's wanted for murder. He got in an Uber and he went
trooper. Is that a state trooper?
Yes, they're here.
Yeah. All right. Get your thoughts together and tell him exactly what they need to know.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
After police got to the truck stop, Nick's girlfriend was questioned there, but was later fully interviewed by Connecticut State as well as Derby City Police. The interview took place in New Jersey. Nick's girlfriend stated that they had gone to sleep in the apartment the night before. She said that she was a deep sleeper, but Nick wasn't. She woke up around 5:45 a.m. and could hear Nick saying relax and calm down very loudly from the living room. She then heard a scuffle and got up. When she opened the door, she saw Nick and Peter fighting. She had met Peter once before, about 2 or 3 months prior, when he came to the apartment to buy some marijuana. During the scuffle, Nick asked her to call 911, and she went back into the bedroom to get her cell phone. The next thing she knew, the bedroom door was being pushed in. Peter was coming after her, and Nick was trying to stop him. Peter managed to rip the phone from her hand, and she ran to the living room. She then heard shots being fired. She could see her boyfriend laying on the floor, and she screamed to Peter to call for help. Peter said to her, "No, he's dead. I shot him in the head." Peter then asked where her keys were, and she went and got them. He said, "You're coming with me." That's when they got in the car and left the apartment. While she was driving, she stated that she was purposely driving erratically, hoping to get pulled over by police. She also contemplated driving into a tree, but she knew that Peter had a seatbelt on. Peter figured out what she was doing by driving like that and told her not to get pulled over because he didn't want to kill her. At one point, they stopped at an abandoned building so Peter could change his clothes. He then got into the front passenger seat with a gun between his legs and started entering locations into the car's GPS. Those included New Jersey, Jersey Shore, Delaware, and Nashville, Tennessee. Peter then found an iPhone in the center console that he asked her about. It was deactivated and would only work with Wi-Fi. He deleted all the apps and closed the iCloud account, then opened a new account under the name Rick Sanchez. He also disabled location services and deleted Find My iPhone. Nick's girlfriend kept telling Peter that she was exhausted and she wanted to go home. They got off Interstate 80 in Columbia, New Jersey, on the Pennsylvania border, and found a McDonald's. Nick wanted to use their public Wi-Fi for the deactivated phone. Peter wanted to use Uber to leave. He wasn't able to, and they drove to a TA truck stop next door, and Peter had Nick's girlfriend randomly ask people to pay them to order him an Uber ride. After several attempts, an Uber was lined up and arrived at the truck stop. Peter gave the man $100 for calling the Uber, then gave Nick's girlfriend $200 for gas money. There wasn't another sighting of Peter until Wednesday, May 27th at around 9 p.m. He was found at a pilot truck stop in Hagerstown, Maryland. He was taken into custody without incident. He was asked where his belongings were, and he pointed towards a woodline about 200 yards away from where he was captured. He had $4,638 in cash, some of which was taken from Nick's place, and the other from the elderly man's house, an iPhone, a laptop, and one of the guns that was stolen from the elderly man's house. Peter Manfredonia was extradited from the state of Maryland back to Connecticut, where he was charged with multiple crimes. He was held pre-trial on a $7 million court-set bond. He was charged with 2 counts of felony murder, kidnapping in the first degree with a firearm, home invasion, robbery in the first degree, and carrying a pistol without a permit. Peter Manfredonia went to court, but pleaded down. The plea deal was not a very desirable outcome still, though. He was sentenced to 55 years for kidnapping and the second murder, and then an additional 55 years for the combined first 2 sword attacks. The plea deal was to have those sentences run concurrently and no possibility of early release. The death penalty was outlawed in Connecticut in 2016, so that wasn't an option. The state attorney general believed Nick was in the neighborhood of the first murder to kill his ex-girlfriend, the one who said he was stalking her. Peter's lawyer stated Nick suffered from bipolar disorder and anxiety, and he was actually planning to kill himself in front of the woman. If he makes it to the end of his sentence, he will be released from prison in the year 2078. That's all for this episode. As always, follow the show on all social media, which are listed in the show notes. Give Music City 911 a 5-star rating and review on whatever podcast app you listen on. And if you want more Music City 911, head over to patreon.com/MusicCity911 for ad-free episodes and bonus content. Recently on Patreon, I've released a small preview of something I have in the works that I've discussed before. More to come from that later. Until next time, for Music City 911, I'm Brandon, and y'all have a good one.